Hey guys, so this week was chapter 10 of The Artist's Way for me, and it says it's about recovering a sense of self-protection. And just to summarize it, it was basically talking about being a workaholic and not letting that keep you from making time for your creativity. And it does give a lot of helpful advice, but when I took the quiz, because it gives you a quiz to see how much of a workaholic you are, I don't consider myself a workaholic, so I don't really think this chapter really was meant for me. I think I do very well when it comes to my time management. But if you do struggle with being a workaholic or managing your time, I will say it's a good chapter. But for me, I feel like I have that down packed. I don't let work follow me home, and I don't think I ever really think about work once I clock out. I don't worry about it until I clock back in. So I feel like I'm pretty good about that. So moving right along to the tasks for chapter 10, I'm only going to be doing one, but it's a little long. If you do have the book, it's the third task in the book. But the first question says, the awful truth, answer the following questions. So the first question is, tell the truth. What habit do you have that gets in the way of your creativity? So I think the main thing that gets in the way of my creativity is procrastination, and sometimes probably just being a perfectionist. Like, I won't get it started until I feel like I have everything I need, or until I feel like I'm at the level of the person that I look up to. And since I'm overthinking so much of trying to make sure I do everything perfectly, I could have been and got it done if I had just did it when I first thought of it, versus me trying to plan out everything, overthink, and try to be as good as the person that I look up to. So I would say that's what gets in the way of my creativity. The next question is, which friends make you doubt yourself or trigger it? So I believe I nipped this in the bud the first time I read the book. So I'll just talk about past friends that weren't really good friends, I guess. It was basically the friends that didn't understand that being creative can be a job, it can be hard work, and it can be something you do as a career and make money for as a living. The friends that I had in the past, they made me doubt myself because they would think I was charging too much for my photography when I was doing freelance photography. My rates were I would say they were affordable, but I do remember one person in particular, they wanted me to take pictures of them for $50. And if you're a photographer or you know anything about it, that is not a good starting rate for taking photos. I don't believe I know anyone that takes photos for $50, unless it's maybe like one photo or something. But yeah, when I was hanging around the wrong people, they were just giving me a lot of self-doubt by making me think my work wasn't good enough and that I was overcharging, but really my work was decent. I'll say decent. And it was I'm basically not in the right area. I don't live in a good area where there's the clientele that I would target to for my photography. So yeah. I would say another friend that triggered my doubt and my creativity are the friends that kept pushing me to go outside of my niche when it came to photography. So I specifically was doing, I believe, portraits. I was doing portraits and fashion, and I guess like creative shoots, like all mixed together. But basically, I was doing portrait photos, and they would keep pushing me to take all kinds of photos. So instead of sticking to what I knew and what I was doing photos for, that I was passionate about, they would tell me, do car photos, do family photos, do wedding photos, like anything that was popular, basically, that made a lot of money, they would tell me to do it. I feel like I just went on a tangent, but yeah, basically any friend from the past that triggered me was basically someone that kept pushing me to have a grind mindset, like do anything for the money with my photography instead of like delivering quality photos on things I knew I could do. And I feel like they were taking it as I wasn't going outside the box enough, like I wasn't coming out of my bubble, but for me, it was just a niche issue. But yeah. The next question is, which friends believe in you and your talent? I would say a lot of friends that I've made at the end of last year, they believe in my cosplay and photography. More so my cosplay, because I've been taking a break from photography. And they do encourage me to go to conventions, to dress up for the Ren Fair. We've been talking about planning either a con trip, like we're going to go to an anime convention together, or we'd all just want to take some photos, like do a group cosplay and take photos together. And we're also excited for Halloween, so we can all do something together. So I've made a lot of good friends recently, and I'm very happy that I've met them. The next question is, what is the payoff in keeping your destructive friends? So I feel like in the past, when I was staying around the wrong people, I think the only answer I had was I wanted the company. I didn't want to be alone. So that was literally the only payoff, that I wasn't alone. And now I've learned from my past, and now I do set boundaries, and I have more self-respect. So yeah, I'm very proud of the growth that I've had, and I might still have some more things I need to work on when it comes to speaking up for myself, because I do feel like now I kind of will speak up when someone's being destructive or being a toxic friend. But I also feel like I have to be pushed to that point. Like, I'm not going to come out and say it unless the person is very assertive with their destructiveness, if that makes sense. So yeah, I feel like I give everyone a chance until I start noticing a pattern in their behavior, and then I'll speak up. And the last question is, which destructive habits do your destructive friends share with your destructive self? So that was a mouthful, but what I wrote down is drinking. So this is basically talking about the people from the past. The only thing we had in common was drinking. Now I no longer drink. Now I feel like I'm a social drinker. Like, if I'm out with friends, I might have like a margarita or something, and that's pretty much it. The next thing I put is pessimistic. I do remember when I was hanging around the wrong people, they would be very pessimistic, like glass half empty, just talking about all the negative things going on in their life, going on in the world, not saying anything positive, not looking at the bright side of things. And I feel like that rubbed off on me, and I did see myself thinking more like them, because whoever you spend the most time around, you start to develop their habits or their little traits. So I feel like that's why I'm more selective with who I spend my time around, because it really can't rub off on you. The next destructive habit is procrastination. I would say I'm very good with time management, but when it comes to creativity, I do procrastinate, just because I'm a perfectionist and I want to make sure I have everything ready, everything set. So once I do start creating something, I don't look and I don't have something I need, then I have to go to the store, or I have to buy something online and wait for it to ship or something like that. So yeah. All right. So now we're on to the check-in portion of the chapter. First question is, how many days this week did you do your morning pages? Has reading your pages changed your writing? Are you still allowing yourself to write them freely? So I've said it before, I actually record my morning pages, so I just do voice notes. And I believe I did do all of them this week. And I also don't listen to them back. I might listen to them back after I play it, but I don't really go back to them. I'm also trying to save storage on my phone, so I don't think I'm gonna be keeping all of them. But yes, I did all of them this week, and I've been just having a blast talking to myself. I basically I think this week I was talking about anime because Still Ball Run came out, and a lot of my coworkers like anime, so I was just yapping about that on my phone, and then yapping about the Renaissance Fair and con season. So yeah, just being a nerd. The next question for the check-in is, did you do your artist date this week? Let yourself do an extra one. What did you do? How did it feel? So I didn't know I was supposed to do an extra one, y'all, but I'll try to do one, but the day is almost over. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I've been outside all day, and I'm hoping I don't look sweaty, but I do know I'm tired, so it might be showing. So this week, I bought some knee pads for my roller skates, and they were actually on sale, so it's still in the mail, but they came with knee pads, I believe elbow pads, and wrist guards. So when they come, I will do like a little tour of my skate bag because it's finally warm enough for me to go skating outside without having to be in the garage or anything. But that's one of the things I bought. Some Card Capture Sakura bookmarks because I want to read more this year. And even though I own a Kindle, I've realized I just like physical books. So I was like, let me just buy some bookmarks so I don't have to keep using random objects as a bookmark. So I believe in the last video, I was talking about wanting to go on a photo walk or wanting to find a photography community in my area, but I didn't like how they were run. So I found an event for next month, April, that I'll be going to, and I want to vlog it, y'all. I'm gonna try my best to vlog it, but I have social anxiety. I'm very shy and awkward in person. So we'll see if I end up vlogging it. If I do, it'll be up on the channel. If not, I'll just try to take a bunch of photos or something. But yeah, I'm gonna be going out of town to a little photo walk. And if I don't vlog it, I'll at least like do a little review video or something and show you guys the photos I take on the photo walk. And fingers crossed, I can make some photographer friends, some new photographer friends. I also invited some of my other friends that I know who like photography to go. I'm not sure if they're actually gonna go or not, so we'll see if they do. If not, it's fine, I'll go by myself. But I'm very excited, and I might also cosplay when I go to the photo walk, because here's a tip: if you're socially awkward or you have social anxiety, if you dress up, like if you're dressed up head to toe, people will approach you first and talk to you. Like anytime I'm dressed up, people always approach me and talk to me, and then I do end up making some nice acquaintances or just having nice conversations. So that's a nice little tip if anyone wants to make more friends, but you're too shy to initiate. For my artist date, I also finally did my Stitch air dry clay. It didn't come out nice. It doesn't look like the picture, but I did my best. It was my first time using air dry clay, and it was actually kind of hard to work with. I did use my clay tools that finally came in the mail, but I think I'm gonna have to watch a video on how to use clay tools and what they do, so it'll help with shaping them better, because I do want to use this to make the Chinese zodiac animals from Fruits Basket. I think there is a tutorial on YouTube, so I'm just going to watch that. But also, I think I do want to watch some clay molding tips just to make sure, like, I feel confident doing it. But other than that, I would say for my artist date, I've been clearing out my room, doing some spring cleaning. I've been rewatching anime that I haven't watched in a long time. Right now, I'm watching Princess Jellyfish, and it's really been like healing for me, healing my inner child. And I also really want to do a jellyfish dress cosplay. So I'm adding that to my cosplay plans. Also, Steam was having a spring sale, and I bought some games. Usually I play Disney Dreamlight Valley, but I do want to play some RPGs. So I bought some of those. I can't remember at the top of my head, but guys, check it out if you're into cozy games. There's some good cozy games on there. And I'm also looking forward to Loftia whenever that comes out, because I don't know if you guys heard Heartopia, that cozy game, they had some racism with one of the NPCs. They made him make monkey noises and dance like a monkey and claimed he was drunk or dizzy. I think they said he was dizzy from eating a mushroom. But why'd he have to do all that if he was dizzy? And then he was also black. He was a black NPC. So a lot of people are upset about that. And yeah, I'm not going to be playing that game anymore. I was already irritated because they didn't have any black hairstyles. You couldn't use your controller to play the game. You had to use the keypad. So if anyone is a gamer and they didn't know about that, go ahead, delete Heartopia, leave a bad review. Also, for my artist date, I edited some videos. One of them should be complete by the time this is posted. It should be my pink diamond face paint tutorial. It was my first time doing it, but since I already recorded it when I was doing my artist date video, I wanted to make a separate tutorial video for everyone who was asking like how I did it, what products I use. So that should be up. I just need to edit the thumbnail and I'll post it before I post this. So check that out if anyone wants to know how to do face paint. The next question for the check-in is, did you experience any synchronicity this week? What was it? Honestly, I would just say the synchronicity was finding out about the photo walk next month that I signed up for. I was really upset that the other one I was looking at cost money, and this one is free. I'll post about it when it happens, but I guess the universe was looking out for me and they wanted me to still find my little photo community. So I'm very excited about that. And the last question for the check-in is, were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? Describe them. I don't think there were any issues this week. I would just say, when it comes to the artist dates, now that it's warming up, I just want to be outside. And I'm also afraid, since it's like getting to the high 80s, I don't want to bring my camera outside and it overheat. Because even when I record inside, like it warms up a little and it scares me and I have to turn it off and give it a break. So I'm afraid of that. I don't think making the stitch clay sculpture was an issue. It was my first time, so I didn't really know what I was doing, so I'll give myself a break with that. Yeah, not really an issue, but now that the weather is changing, I don't really feel like recording, I guess. I just want to be outside. I want to be in nature. I want to roller skate. I want to go hiking. I want to go to events. And I think I said this in the last video, but it's hard to be in the moment when you're trying to record content at the same time. You can't really enjoy yourself. So I would say that's the only issue, me trying to record and also enjoy myself at the same time when I'm trying to just be outside and be free and just absorb the sun and, you know, have fun. But yeah, not really any major issues. So yeah, that's pretty much it for chapter 10. Next week, we're going to be doing chapter 11. It's going to be on recovering a sense of autonomy. I've noticed each time I read the chapter, the title of the chapter, it doesn't match what happens in the chapter, at least recently, because I didn't know chapter 10 was going to be talking about being a workaholic, but we'll just find out what chapter 11 is about next week. Thank you guys for watching. Keeping in touch with me. If you have any questions, you can ask down in the comments below. If you're also reading The Artist's Way, let me know how it's going for you, which chapter you're on, what artist dates you've been doing. But that's it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.